all-party meeting at 11 a.m. to further review COVID-19 health crisis in national capital. On Sunday, also, Home Minister held meetings. Key decisions include multiplying testing rate in the coming days, provisioning additional beds using railway coaches, and extensive survey for contact mapping in containment zones. Mumbai local trains resume select services only for essential staff as identified by the state government. Western Railway and Central Railway make a joint appeal asking general public not to rush to the stations. Total number of recoveries from COVID-19 in India rises to more than half of total infections. Number of people cured stands at over 1,62,000, whereas number of active cases is at about 1,49,000. Global recoveries at about 47.6%. Indian naval ship Kestari reaches Mauritius to embark Indian medical team that provided expert assistance to the island nation under Mission Sagar. India to organize more COVID-19 management courses for Bangladesh as part of Indian technical and economic cooperation. And a 5.5 magnitude earthquake hits Gujarat with epicenter near Bhachau in Kutch district. No major damage reported. Hello and welcome to this edition of the news. I'm Rukmaina. Top story. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has called an all-party meeting today to review the COVID-19 health crisis in the national capital. The meeting will take place at 11 a.m. The Home Ministry has invited leaders of Delhi-based parties, Bharatiya Janata Party, Aam Aadmi Party, Congress and Bahujan Samaj Party for the meet. Union Health Secretary, Delhi Chief Secretary and Principal Secretary Health of Delhi Government will also attend the meeting. Union Health Secretary, Delhi Chief Secretary and Principal Secretary Health of Delhi Government will also attend the meeting. Our correspondent Sudhakar Das joins us for more. Sudhakar, well, the Home Minister, after those crucial meetings yesterday where, there were so many landmark decisions that were taken for the people of Delhi and NCR, more meetings scheduled for today. What can we expect? What are the issues that are likely to be taken up?
जो रुकमा बहुत महत्वपूर्ण कल से जो बैठकें चल रही हैं, खास तौर से दिल्ली को इस महामारी के संकट से निकालने के लिए, और हमको पता है कि एक मकसद था इन बैठकों का, सबसे पहला मकसद था कि जो अर्जेंटली कदम उठाए जाने की जरूरत है, तुरंत उठाए जाने की जरूरत है, वो कदम उठाए जा सके। एक तरह से तालमेल एजेंसियों के बीच बने, चाहे केंद्र की एजेंसी हो, राज्य की एजेंसी हो या फिर म्युनिसिपल कॉरपोरेशंस हो। लेकिन इसके साथ साथ ही जो सबसे बड़ा मकसद था कि एक तरह से जो सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं वो एक पेज पर हो। अगर किसी की कोई चिंता है, कोई दिक्कत है, कोई समझ, वो कोई सलाह देना चाहते हैं, तो उन तमाम चीजों को सुना जाए, उसका हल निकालने की कोशिश की जाए। और उसमें एक पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप का एक महत्वपूर्ण रोल, बड़ी भूमिका रहती है। और इस लिहाज से जब केंद्र की जो सरकारी एजेंसियां खासतौर से उनसे बातचीत के बाद, उसके बाद जो बड़े कदमों का ऐलान करने के बाद गृह मंत्री आज जो दिल्ली की जो पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप है उनसे बातचीत करेंगे और किस तरह से जो बड़े कदम उठाए गए हैं, ना सिर्फ उसमें किस तरह से जो पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप है सहयोग कर सकती है प्रशासन का, बल्कि साथ ही साथ अगर उनकी कुछ डिमांड है या अगर वो कुछ चाहते हैं, कई चीजें ऐड करना चाहते हैं, तो उस पर कैसे आगे बढ़ा जा सकता है। एक तरह से जो सलाह रहेंगे उनको सुनने की गृह मंत्री कोशिश करेंगे और कोशिश करेंगे अगर चिंताएं हैं तो उन चिंताओं को भी दूर करने की कोशिश करेंगे। हमको पता है कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी खुद दिल्ली की स्थिति को लेकर चिंतित है। यही वजह है उन्होंने कल बड़े बैठक बुलाने का सुझाव दिया था गृह मंत्री और केंद्रीय स्वास्थ्य मंत्री को। और उसके बाद दिल्ली सरकार के साथ, दिल्ली के एलजी मुख्यमंत्री के साथ जो ये बड़ी बैठकें हुई, हमने देखा खासतौर से टेस्टिंग, ट्रेसिंग और ट्रीटमेंट को लेकर कई बड़े फैसलों का ऐलान हुआ। सिर्फ ऐलान नहीं हुआ, एक टाइमलाइन में बांधा गया कि जो तमाम कदम उठाए गए हैं इस नियत समय में पूरे किए जाएंगे। और हम देखा पिछले 24 घंटे में कई बड़े कदम उठाए भी गए हैं। तो ये काफी महत्वपूर्ण है ये तमाम बैठकें, और खासतौर से आज पॉलिटिकल लीडरशिप को जब गृह मंत्री खुद सुनेंगे। रुकमा।
Right, and when we talk about the landmark decisions that were taken yesterday for the benefit of the people of Delhi as they battle COVID-19, when is the earliest that we can expect them to be implemented? When we talk about testing, contact tracing, all the complaints, all the concerns, rather, that, people have been having for some time.
देखिए, अब सारे एक्सपर्ट जो यही बात कहते हैं कि टेस्टिंग, ट्रेसिंग और ट्रीटमेंट यही एक तरीका है इस मुश्किल से निकलने का, सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग के अलावा। और टेस्टिंग को लेकर जरूर पिछले दिनों दिल्ली में कुछ कमी आई थी। कई दिल्ली सरकार के ऐसे फैसले थे जिनका राजनीतिक तौर पर ही नहीं, एक तरह से व्यापक विरोध भी हुआ था। टेस्टिंग में कमी आई थी, तो एक तरह से कल जब बैठक बुलाई गई थी, हमने देखा कि नीति आयोग हो, चाहे एम्स के डायरेक्टर और तमाम जो स्टेक होल्डर्स हैं हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री से, उनको भी लाया गया था, ताकि अगर टेस्टिंग बढ़ाने की बात की जाती है तो वो सिर्फ ऐलान ना हो, उस पर इम्प्लीमेंट किया जा सके। और सीधा एक टाइमलाइन दिया गया है कि 2 दिन में टेस्टिंग की संख्या 2 गुना करना है, 6 दिन में इसको बढ़ाकर 3 गुना करना है। लेकिन देखिए, क्योंकि किस तरह से इम्प्लीमेंटेशन, ऐलान ये किया गया था कि एम्स में हेल्पलाइन नंबर स्थापित होगा, ओपीडी अपॉइंटमेंट ले सकते हैं कोरोना से जुड़ी चीजों की को लेकर, अगर लोग जानना चाहते हैं, बीमार हैं, होम आइसोलेशन में है, उसके लिए वो हेल्पलाइन नंबर शुरू हो गया है। साथ ही साथ छोटे अस्पताल भी जो बड़े हैं उससे संपर्क कर सकते हैं। उसके अलावा जो दूसरा एक अंतिम संस्कार को लेकर, लास्ट राइट को लेकर था, तो ये कहा गया कि जो सस्पेक्टेड कोविड केसेस हैं उनका रिजल्ट पेंडिंग होने तक बॉडी रखी नहीं जाएगी, वो बॉडी उनके फैमिली के सुपुर्द कर दी जाएगी और हेल्थ मिनिस्ट्री के गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से उसका अंतिम संस्कार किया जा सकता है। तीसरा, जो डॉक्टर्स की टीम जो दिल्ली के हॉस्पिटल्स विजिट करेगी, उसकी भी टीम बना दी गई है। तो इस तरह के कई बड़े फैसले जो आईएएस अधिकारियों को दिल्ली सरकार को सौंपना था, उनका भी ट्रांसफर कर दिया गया। तो ये जो बड़े 4-5 कदम 24 घंटे के भीतर उठा लिए गए हैं। आज प्राइवेट अस्पतालों में इलाज को लेकर, उनकी रेट कम करने को लेकर उसकी रिपोर्ट आ जाएगी, और ये अगले 1 हफ्ते में जो हेल्थ सर्वे की रिपोर्ट आ जाएगी। तो एक टाइमलाइन के साथ एक नियत तरीके से इस काम को करने की कोशिश की जा रही है। और एक जो अहम पहलू शायद उसकी लैकिंग थी, जिसको प्रधानमंत्री, गृह मंत्री ने महसूस किया, वो कोऑर्डिनेशन दिखाई दे। तो इसलिए एक तरह से गृह मंत्रालय पूरी तरह से खुद पूरी स्थिति पर नजर बना के रखेंगे, अमित शाह। ये जरूर मुमकिन दिखता है आने वाले समय में, और एक तरह से कोशिश है कि सारे स्टेक होल्डर्स मिलकर दिल्ली को इस बड़े संकट से बाहर निकालें। जी।
Right. Also, another major decision that was taken was, for total screening of all people within containment zones. In this manner, making it easier to manage COVID-19 cases, making it more accessible also to the general public. So, when can we expect that step will be implemented, especially in Delhi?
जी बिल्कुल, देखिए, खास तौर से कंटेनमेंट जोन को लेकर एक तरह से कह सकते हैं आज से शुरुआत हो जाएगी। मैपिंग, कॉन्टैक्ट मैपिंग को लेकर जो घर घर जाकर हेल्थ सर्वे करने की बात है, क्योंकि 1 हफ्ते में रिपोर्ट देनी है। गृह मंत्री खुद नजर रखेंगे उस रिपोर्ट पर। लेकिन उसके साथ ही साथ महत्वपूर्ण ये भी है, क्योंकि टेस्टिंग के लिए कई बार ये कहा जाता था कि अस्पतालों में लाइन लंबी है या कई लोगों की टेस्टिंग, तो कोशिश ये की जा रही है कि जो कंटेनमेंट जोन में पोलिंग स्टेशन है वहां टेस्टिंग फैसिलिटी जुटा लिए जाए। हमको पता है आज के समय में 1.5 लाख से ज्यादा टेस्टिंग रोजाना हो रही है, और इससे ज्यादा की कैपेसिटी भारत के पास है। 600 से ज्यादा जो एक तरह से कह सकते हैं जो प्राइवेट लैब एजेंसियां हैं वो टेस्टिंग कर सकती हैं। तो कैपेसिटी की कमी नहीं है, क्षमता है, दिल्ली में भी क्षमता है, लैब कर सकते हैं ऐसा। एक तरह से उनको गाइड किए जाने की जरूरत है, और एक तरह से अब शीर्ष स्तर से जब ये गाइडेंस मिलेगा तो इस तरह की टेस्टिंग हो सकेगी, ट्रेसिंग हो सकेगी। कॉन्टैक्ट ट्रेसिंग काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है। दिल्ली में एक तरह से एवरेज इसका देश के बाकी कई जिन्होंने प्रभावी तरीके से इसका मुकाबला किया उसके मुकाबले काफी कम था। तो ट्रेसिंग पर भी काफी ज्यादा जोर दिया गया है। गृह मंत्री ने भी कहा है, हेल्थ एक्सपर्ट्स ने भी कहा, दिल्ली सरकार ने भी इसको माना है। तो देखते हैं कि अगले आने वाले कुछ दिनों में जब टेस्टिंग, ट्रेसिंग और साथ ही साथ ट्रीटमेंट के लिए जो अब कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग, रेलवे के 8,000 बेड और इसके अलावा और जो कदम उठाए जा रहे हैं, ये कहा जा रहा है कि कम्युनिटी लेवल पर खासतौर से गरीब तबका है उसके लिए स्वयंसेवी संस्थाओं के सहयोग से आइसोलेशन के लिए अलग व्यवस्थाएं की जा रही है। तो छोटे छोटे जो पहलू हैं जिसके जरिए माइक्रो मैनेज किया जा सकता है। हर एक छोटी पहलू पर ध्यान दिया जा रहा है, उसमें कोई कमी ना रहे और उसकी मॉनिटरिंग भी हो। इसकी वजह से जो सीनियर आईएएस अधिकारी इन तमाम चीजों को देखेंगे, तो ये एक तरह से फुल प्रूफ प्लान जरूर तैयार किया गया है और अगले कुछ दिनों में केंद्र की बड़ी नजर रहेगी इन तमाम स्थितियों पर, ताकि दिल्ली के लोगों की चिंताओं को न सिर्फ दूर किया जा सके, बल्कि दिल्ली को इस बड़े संकट से बाहर निकाला जा सके। रुकमा।
Right, Sudhakar, thank you very much for joining us there and for those inputs. And it's a major relief for essential staff. Western Railway and Central Railway have resumed their selected suburban services over Western Railway, Central Railway Main Line and Harbour Line for essential staff as identified by the state government. Western Railway will run 60 pairs of its 12-car suburban services between Churchgate and Dahanu Road, with defined protocol and SOP only for movement of essential staff as identified by the state government. Approximately 1,25,000 essential staff, including 50,000 on Western Railway as identified by the state government, are expected to travel by these trains. These special suburban services will not be for general passengers or the public and will be strictly for essential staff as identified by the state government of Maharashtra only. And for more on this, we are joined by Yogesh Sheetal. Yogesh, it's a big relief. However, for now, these services are available only for essential staff. Take us through more details. When are these services expected to begin, and how is the process progressing?
First of all, let me correct you. It's not 60 trains, it's 73 trains on Western Line, 100 pairs of train on Central Line, and 30 pairs of train on Harbour Line as of now. And as far as the starting of the services, today the service has already started. I think the train has already just left the station, Mansur station, where I'm standing right now at Harbour Line station. So yesterday, a detailed meeting was held between the state government and also Central Railway and Western Railway. There are two subdivisions here in Western and Central Railway subdivision. So the suburban railways, there was a meeting ahead with the state government, and then the decision was taken. Now, as far as essential services employees are concerned, let me tell you that BMC is already setting up a web portal. BMC is in fact the nodal agency to ensure that only essential workers could get access in the train, because earlier what we had seen that the railway has said that if you are allowing people in the train, then it would be very difficult for the staff to identify the people, because there are certain guidelines and there are certain documentations, so there is a lengthy process. So there will be a separate portal which will issue e-passes to the employee. As far as so far as the portal has not been in function, so employees may show their identity card and they can travel. Also, one important thing that only the train will stop at major stations, not at all stations, and also there will be no parking facility. There will be no vendor facility within a radius of 150 meters. So detailed guidelines have been issued by railway, and today the service has already started in Mumbai. Definitely, it's a big relief for Mumbaikars and also the people who are residing at the outskirts, because they had to travel around 60 to 70 kilometers by road. So now they may they may get some convenient journey as far as their official journey is concerned. So this is definitely a big relief for Mumbaikars, and especially the people who are residing outside Mumbai and they have to come to the city just for job. Yeah, Rukma.
Right. Meanwhile, take us through the latest as far as the COVID-19 situation in Mumbai is concerned. It's one of the worst affected among all the cities in India. So how are people, coping at this time? How are people responding in various ways to the reopening after that lockdown?
See, Rukma, after Mission Begin again, which the Maharashtra government has issued a detailed circular allowing all the industry and also business, fraternity to start their business. Now we are witnessing some activities in different on different levels, like in marketplaces, However, the malls are still, they are just taking all the precautions that have been suggested, that have been given, that have been enlisted in the order or detailed order by the concerning authority. As far as number is concerned, number is obviously very disappointing in Maharashtra, because we know that the number has already crossed 1 lakh mark in Maharashtra, and especially in the city of Mumbai, we have been witnessing around 100 deaths daily, around 100 deaths daily on an average. So the situation in Maharashtra is already very, very disappointing. But one thing I must say, that the civic body BMC and also the other civic bodies in Maharashtra, now they are very actively coming forward on social media to assist people, and also they have ensured that there will be no communication gap, because communication gap was one major concern that the people were dealing, because when they were calling to authorities, sometimes they are saying that the authorities are not picking calls, sometimes calls are switched off, sometimes they don't know which number they have to dial. So these are the basic concerns, the communication gap, these are the main obstacles, and that obstacle have been removed, because a certain number has been given to certain wards in Mumbai. So there are certain steps that have been taken on the on the output, on the reactions that on the the result
Right.
that the government and the agencies were receiving, the overall the reactions, and they have started certain steps, and in fact these things are working. But the numbers as of now, the numbers are not at all improving. But yes, recovery rate, we can say that number of recovery patients are also increasing. So that is a moral boost for the government of Maharashtra as far as the fight against COVID is concerned. Yeah.
Right. Yogesh, thank you very much for joining us and for all those detailed inputs. And moving on now, an earthquake of 5.5 magnitude shook parts of Gujarat last night. The epicenter of the tremor was located near Bhachau in Kutch district. In Kutch, in Rajkot, Ahmedabad and Patan, many people rushed out of their houses. There is no report of any major damage to property or loss of life. However, some houses in Kutch and adjoining districts developed cracks. Chief Minister Vijay Rupani held a telephonic conversation with collectors of Kutch, Rajkot and Patan districts that are located close to the epicenter of the quake. He directed the collectors to report damage, if any, and activate disaster management cell. Rushi Dave joins us on the phone for more details. Rushi, what updates can you give us? The tremors of 5.5 magnitude felt in Kutch district, and which are the areas that are affected? We believe that there is no damage as yet to either life or property.
कल देर रात को राजकोट समेत पूरे सौराष्ट्र और गुजरात में भूकंप के झटके महसूस किए थे। कल रात को भारी बारिश भी चल रही थी, जिसके चलते लोग घबराकर, एक तरफ कोरोना का कहर, एक तरफ भारी बारिश भी चल रही और साथ में ये भूकंप के झटके, लोग करीबन आधे घंटे तक घर से बाहर रहे। हालांकि कोई बड़ी मात्रा में नुकसान नहीं हुआ है, पर गुजरात के सीएम ने गुजरात में पाटन, भरूच और राजकोट कलेक्टर से बात करके तुरंत कंट्रोल रूम भी शुरू किया, जिससे कि यदि कोई भी तहसील में नुकसान हो तो लोग वहां कांटेक्ट कर सके। अभी राजकोट समेत पूरे सौराष्ट्र भर में जो भूकंप से काफी कुछ थोड़ी थोड़ी दरारें बाहर देखने को मिली है, और राजकोट के उपलेटा में एक जो दीवार थी जो कच्चे मकान की थी वो गिर गई है। इससे ज्यादा कोई बड़ा नुकसान गुजरात में देखने को नहीं मिला।
Right, Rushi, thank you very much, and we'll have to leave it at that for now. Meanwhile, moving on, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh has said that India will never compromise on her national pride. Speaking at a virtual Jan Samvad rally for Jammu and Kashmir, Rajnath Singh assured the nation that the government will not keep Parliament or anyone in the dark about developments on the border and will share details at an appropriate time. He said India has grown in strength, and that strength is meant to secure the country.
With the talks over the LAC moving in the right direction, India and China continue their efforts to ease tensions over the border. In a series of comments over the normalization of the situation, Raksha Mantri Rajnath Singh said that India will never compromise on its national pride, asserting that it is no longer a weak country and that its security capability has increased. Speaking at a virtual rally for Jammu and Kashmir, Raksha Mantri also assured the opposition that the central government will not keep Parliament or anyone in the dark about developments on the border and will share details at an appropriate time.
इतनी बात मैं विश्वास के साथ कह सकता हूं कि हम अपने राष्ट्रीय स्वाभिमान, नेशनल प्राइड से किसी भी सूरत में समझौता नहीं करेंगे। यह हम आपको भरोसा दिलाते हैं, हम आपको विश्वास दिलाते हैं। जो विवाद भारत और चीन के बीच पैदा हुआ है, इस समय मिलिट्री लेवल पर बातचीत चल रही है। चाइना ने भी यह इच्छा व्यक्त की है कि बातचीत के द्वारा इसका समाधान निकाला जाना चाहिए। हम लोगों की भी यह कोशिश है कि मिलिट्री लेवल पर और डिप्लोमेटिक लेवल पर बातचीत के द्वारा इंडो चाइना के बीच जो इस समय टसल है, इसका समाधान निकाला जाए।
The Army Chief General Manoj Mukund Naravane on Saturday also assured that the situation along India's borders with China is under control, and the ongoing series of high delegation-level talks with the Chinese side has been followed up with meetings at the local level between the commanders of equivalent ranks. These comments came as both the countries have taken actions to ease tensions along the border in accordance with the consensus reached between the two sides.
We are having a series of talks. It started with the Corps Commander level talks on the 6th of this month. This has been followed up by a number of meetings at the local level between commanders of equivalent ranks. And as a result of this, a lot of disengagement has taken place. And we are hopeful that through this continued dialogue that we are having, all perceived differences that we have will be set to rest.
So far, it seems everything is moving in a positive direction, pointing to the increasing possibility of de-escalation in the border situation. To a certain extent, the relaxed border situation will give both countries greater flexibility on future economic and trade exchanges, which is in line with the interests of both countries. As of now, both India and China have maintained a positive outlook towards border differences. Bureau Report, DD News.
And as part of Mission Sagar, Indian naval ship Kesari returned to Port Louis, Mauritius on the 14th of June. That's yesterday, to embark the Indian Navy's medical team, which was disembarked during her last visit to Port Louis on 23rd May. The 14-member medical team, comprising specialist doctors and paramedics, was disembarked at Port Louis with an aim to assist in management of COVID-19, share expertise to help contain the spread of the disease and minimize risk to life. The team interacted with healthcare warriors at all levels and held meaningful discussions towards sharing best practices on management of the pandemic. Demonstrations and workshops on important topics such as hand hygiene, screening and triage, disinfection and PPE were conducted, and audience response during these sessions was highly encouraging. The team also shared PDF versions of 2 documents, Guide to Contain and Combat COVID-19 and Manual on Training of Healthcare Workers, for future reference by healthcare workers. Janesh Ken, Deputy High Commissioner, also interacted with the Indian Navy medical team prior to their embarkation on board INS Kesari. Mission Sagar is in line with India's role as the first responder in the region and builds on the excellent relations existing between the two countries to battle the COVID-19 pandemic and its resultant difficulties. The deployment is in consonance with the Prime Minister's vision of security and growth for all in the region, Sagar, and highlights the importance accorded by India to relations with countries of the IOR. The operation is being progressed in close coordination with the Ministries of Defence and External Affairs and other agencies of the Government of India. And moving on to our international segment, Brazil has the world's second largest death toll from coronavirus at 43,332, behind only the United States. The Brazilian government expects gross domestic product to contract 4.7% this year as quarantine and lockdown to curb the spread of the virus slows economic activity. Meanwhile, Brazilian Treasury Secretary Mansueto Almeida confirmed his plans to resign from the government in July or August. Almeida said he expected President Jair Bolsonaro's administration to keep supporting the same fiscal policy, with the government aiming to reduce deficits after the COVID-19 pandemic subsides. Expenses have risen to deal with the coronavirus crisis. And Egypt will reopen all its airports on July 1st, days after suspending regular international flights in March due to the coronavirus outbreak. The flights would, however, resume gradually. The country's tourism minister has outlined measures to be taken inside planes, at airports and in hotels to help to ensure safety and health of foreign tourists. He added that travelers from countries with high rates of coronavirus infections, based on World Health Organization assessments, need to be tested before coming to Egypt. Egypt, a nation of about 100 million people, has registered 44,598 deaths. The number is lower than many European countries, but cases have climbed in the past 3 weeks. French President Emmanuel Macron has said that he was accelerating plans to ease the country's lockdown. In a televised address, Macron said France had won its first victory, but warned the virus could return. Cafes and restaurants will open across France, including Paris, from today. People will also be able to visit family members in retirement homes, which have been hit particularly hard by the COVID-19 outbreak. People can also travel to other European countries from today onwards. France is also planning to reopen schools from June 22nd, except for high schools. Spain's Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez has said the country would allow free travel with EU countries from 21st of June, except for Portugal, which will open on the 1st of July. Spain, one of the world's most visited destinations, is still closed to tourists, and those allowed to travel from abroad have to undergo a 14-day quarantine. However, German tourists will be allowed from today to visit its Balearic Islands as part of a pilot scheme to boost its tourism sector. Yoga is a science, an art of healthy living. How does yoga help in attaining good health? Let's take a look at more in this report.
Yoga is essentially a spiritual discipline based on an extremely subtle science which focuses on bringing harmony between mind, body and soul. Yoga is an art and science for healthy living. Yoga can be made an integral part of our daily life and prove effective to keep away health problems. Yoga has many benefits for our health and life.
Yoga is very important for mankind. Its literal meaning is to join. Essentially, it is the harmonious joining of body, mind and soul. It is an ancient system of practice with deep philosophical roots. It is one of the most comprehensive way of life. It is a gift from India to the whole world.
Yoga is the base for healthy and long life through healthy body, mind and nerves. It calms our mind, body and nerves. By controlling the respiration during pranayama, it brings about the inner peace and joy by releasing the bliss hormones in our body.
Regular practice of yoga gives many benefits for our physical fitness and is also helpful for our mental well-being.
Yoga is an ancient Indian science. It involves optimum activation through all this system in a very synchronized way, like central nervous system by afferent and efferent activity, then cardiovascular system, cardiorespiratory system, endocrinal system and molecular mechanism, which in turn gives a very beautiful positive feedback like decreasing stress hormones. And by giving it reduces the stress by decreasing that cortisol and epinephrine. It improves body immunity in today's context.
Yoga is a way of healthy living. Regular practice of yoga will keep you healthy in your life. Kiran Bhardwaj, DD News.
And with that, we wind up this edition of the news. News and updates continue on DD News and DD India. Namaskar.